And the main demons that operate through the covert malignant narcissist is the Jezebel spirit, seducing, lying, manipulating, lusting over power, targeting individuals, certain kind of individual. Leviathan, twisting communication, twisting, suffocating your voice so you can't defend yourself, suffocating you, your blessings, destiny swapping, lying. And everything is done so covertly. Because like I said, these things want to take you out. They want you gone. They don't want your light to exist. Because these things gave up on themselves a long time ago. They don't have any light left. They already know they're condemned. They've already sold their soul to the devil. And once they got you, once they got their fangs hooked into you, you're really going to see the abuse start. You're really going to see them pull out all the stops. They're going to talk down to you. They're going to get real disrespectful to you. They're going to steal from you. They're going to constantly gaslight your reality. They're going to gaslight the public about you. And once they convert people over to their dark agenda, their dark side, their dark smear campaign, those people become an extension of these narcissists. What's called the flying monkeys, like in the Wizard of Oz. They're just there to serve the Wicked Witch of the West, the covert malignant narcissist. They don't even question the orders. They don't question anything. They don't do any of their own research. They just follow the orders. It's like something, it's unbelievable. Because what you'll notice in these flying monkeys is they have the same spirit as the narcissist, just cold, just soulless, just lifeless, just like zombies. And these malignant narcissists, they'll run a number on your life. A lot of targets or victims of this narcissistic abuse is a lot of people you'll see, the homeless people. People who are very nice and kind and empathetic and had families and had futures. And now, these covert malignant narcissists have swapped destinies with these people, and now they have everything. Because these people cannot generate on their own. They're not creative people. They're parasitic. They depend on their victims. And they have a long trail of victims behind them. These covert malignant narcissists, there's a way where the world or society we live in, it actually rewards this type of behavior. They're here to do the will of the devil. Steal, kill, and destroy. These meat suits are just hosts of demons. A lot of people talk about that moment when they've seen the mask slip, when they see what's truly beyond the veil. And they'll usually equate it to like a reptilian or a serpent or some sort of beast creature. And they have this cold, dead stare, this deep, undeniable hatred for all that is living, all that is life, all that is love. Because these things are incapable of love. They're lower vibrational beings. They live in constant turmoil, constant stress. constant depletion, constantly searching for supply, feeding off of the light of others. They're filled with depression, anxiety, all the lower vibrational frequencies. That's what these things are. That's why when you get around them, you're going to feel less than yourself. You're going to feel abnormal. You're going to feel drained. And it's unbelievable the lengths these things will go to. They will poison you. They will poison their own children. They will spread the most sadistic, insidious rumors about you. And they'll always mix it in with a bit of truth just so they can win people over. But these people are out to get you. And they'll stop at nothing. And we're living in a time now where these things are being exposed and coming to the light. Another tactic these covert malignant narcissists will use too is they'll use the courts against you. You know, the court system is not really designed to detect narcissistic abuse. A lot of these people in the system are narcissists themselves. But just seeing the lengths people will go to destroy you, seeing the lengths they will go, they will destroy themselves in the process. That's how much they hate you. But they don't really hate you, they hate themselves. Because they gave up on themselves a long time ago. They don't have the connection to the Most High. It's interesting because narcissist comes from narcissist. You know the legend in the Greek mythology? Narcissus, the guy who loved himself so much that he fell in love with his own reflection, and then he tried to kiss it, and then he fell in the water and drowned because they're filled with pride, ego. They operate fully from the reptilian part of the brain, survival mode. They're stuck in survival. They're just trying to survive. They're not even trying to win. They're just trying not to lose. They don't want to be exposed. Because once they're exposed, the whole game deteriorates. Because their whole game depends on their covertness. Behind the scenes, what's done in the dark. Because these things know that they're the bottom of the barrel. These are the bottom feeders. That's why they target the high vibrational beings, the empathy, the ones filled with joy and laughter and love. A lot of people were raised by these things in their life. That's why so many children are damaged. Could you imagine being raised by the very people who are supposed to nurture you and teach you and guide you and protect you? Meanwhile, they're just feeding off your energy, feeding off your light, siphoning off of you. And the reason why it makes it so hard to detect this type of abuse is because it's all done behind closed doors. It's all done very covertly. It's all done in secrecy. It's all done in the dark. And another reason is because they target specific people. They don't target everybody. It's all about manipulation, witchcraft, voodoo, the devil's work. You know, and the devil hates God's creation. That's why the devil's trying to take out people. Because he already knows he's doomed. He sealed his fate. He tried to be the Most High. Like the covert narcissists. They think they're God. They have God complex. They think they can control everything because for them it's all about control. They want to control everything. That's why they do what they do. If you guys have ever dealt with one of these, leave your story, your experience in the comments. I'd like to read them. Because information is power. And now we're exposing these, rebuking these Leviathan and Jezebel spirits, daughters and sons of Satan. We rebuke you in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. You have no authority here. The covert malignant narcissist. The most evil, sadistic, coldest, serpentine meat suits you'll ever deal with your entire life. They will make your life a living hell. They're master illusionists, manipulators, deceivers, devils. So if you ever get caught up with one of these things, or you're dealing with one of these things and you don't have any ties to them, where you have to deal with them on a regular basis or you have to speak to them, get far away from them as possible. Run for the hills. Because they could be targeting you and they could be out to end your life. And that's the goal of a covert malignant narcissist. That's all I got for today. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. If you do that, I will keep making more content. Information is power. There's been a big power exchange now. The power is coming back to the people. Be a part of that change and be on the right side. Don't be on the other side. Shalom.